Hello everybody, this is Bay Jose with another little update. I've been at it for a couple hours here, just making a few improvements. I don't have the 3D renderer preview loading all of the different layers of the currently selected scene. It is only loading this first layer, layer 0. When I press 1, I now have a preview, and I just wanted to show you I fixed the 3D aspect a little bit. So there's actually a 3D tree right there, and as you can see, as I rotate it, it will sort of move around. And it looks a little weird here visually, but you just have to imagine this part here is now going backwards, and now it's coming forwards, and now this is on top, and now it's going away from you, and this is on the bottom. I don't know, my brain just gets a little confused watching it rotate, but yeah, it's actually rotating in three-dimensional space, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Layers will soon now have an ability where you can select tiles to be rendered in 3D, and when they're rendered in 3D, they will be made out of cubes like this, and they will be textured and actually exist in a three-dimensional space. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. Fixed this toolbar. Oh yeah, we got the textures working correctly. As you can see, we got cubes. They are just on the screen, and you can sort of tell their location. Still very messed up with the texturing, but look at, we got cubes. We got cubes. They can exist at any height too. So in the future, I'll be able to pass them a height level, and they'll exist at that height level in the air. So it's actually 3D space tiling. So if these cubes that are popping up now are at height 1, if I had them at height 2, they'd just like stack on top of it. So the higher the height number, the more stacked on top of each other the cubes get. So currently, you can probably tell that the screen's a little bit bigger, which is weird. And you see this blue line right here. This blue line is the boundary of the map. So if I click on a block, like this oak wood texture, if the screen was big enough, or the map was big enough, I'd actually be able to draw anywhere inside this blue boundary. And you can see this blue boundary is overlapping the pink and the green boxes as well. So what I'm going to do now is just a little bit of math and calculate how to get this blue boundary to scale exactly to be the size that it needs to be. Perfect. I had to record this playing around with texture paint and moving the different textures around the image and trying to scale them correctly, and screwed something up, but it looks kind of cool. So I just thought I'd show you guys. Yeah, just little mess up, but I like it. If I press 4 again, you can see these are some pretty nice shapes we got going on here. Alright, so I got a sort of inspiration, and I decided that I am not going to have this area down here be dedicated to putting entities on the map, because I think we're going to need a lot more room than just this small amount of space down here to allow the user to put entities exactly where they want them to be, add warps, import other levels, save resources, all that stuff. I don't think this is going to be enough space. So rather, we're going to put a system down here of different numbers, and these numbers will represent height. So the user can click on a height, much like they can click on a tile that they have right over here, and rather than drawing with a tile, they'll be drawing with a height. So all of these layers will default to have 0 as their height. So there'll be no height. And then you can click on 0 or 1, and when you click on 1 and you draw with it, it'll put a little 1 icon on top of that texture, and that indicates that you have a tile that is closer to the camera. So right now, when we run it, you can see that we have these sort of square tiles. Those would be at height level 1. They'll look a lot better too. This is just very early testing. These cubes don't even have sides or a top yet. It's just the front and back faces and a bottom face as well. So we're going to have a little box down here that has all the different heights. I think I'm going to go heights 0 through 16, just because that, I don't know how many heights the user's really going to need. So I'll just try it with with 16 for now, and hopefully that'll be enough. If not, we can always add more later. I mean, we got a ton of space right here for height stuff, but definitely not enough for entity stuff. Alright, so it's many hours later, and I finally got it working. So as you can see, I have all these different little selection panels over here, and when I click on them, they turn red. The highlight color that we have defined up here, it's the same color used here and up there. And as you can see, when I click on this tab, all of these files have a little number overlaid on them, and I don't like the text and I don't like the size of these numbers, so I'm going to change how they are displayed later. But it's really late. It's almost 2 in the morning right now. I've been working on this for like 3 hours, so I'll solve that tomorrow. So as you can see, I have these stones, and on the stones I've clicked on the 1 and I've drawn a 1 on top of the stones, and on top of the little diamond block I drew a 4. So now when I press 1 to view everything and press 4, you can see the stones pop up in 3D, the diamond pops up as well, and the trees are kind of in the way. Hold on, I'll just remove the trees real quick. Okay, the trees are gone now, and yeah, as you can see, the z-index is still a little messed up, but I have my my 3D engine. It's definitely a start. Alright, so I've just been doing a little bit of stress testing on the engine, and as you'll notice, I've just kind of went around and picked a random position for all of these different tiles. Just kind of click on one and spam it around a little bit. And now if I view this, check this out. It doesn't look the best, but that's just because the z-indexing needs to be worked out. Basically what z-indexing does is it calculates which shapes are closest to the camera and renders them last. So further away things are rendered first, and then things closer to the camera get rendered in front of that, so they cover it. So it looks, yeah, it's how it looks in the real world. But this is just some like stress testing, and it actually looks really good in this, not that mode, in this mode I think. So as you can see, I got all these different squares at different positions in the sky, and yeah, I'm just really excited about this, and I think it's going to turn out really, really good. So yep, this has just been some stress testing, and I will be back with hopefully some improved z-indexing next, because I think that's really the next step for this engine, making it look nice. Alright, so I just had to record this. So check it out. It is a 3D building that I made completely with this IDE. There's still a little bit of clipping going on, and you can see that there's a couple little lines, but look at that. It's perfect. Like, it's a building that I made. When I rotate it this way, everything goes horribly wrong, but I'll fix all that later. But just when I keep it in the regular view, like, it's perfect. So I'll show you how I made that real quick. I now have multi-layer support working. So on layer 0, I just have this grid of dirt at height level 0 everywhere. Okay, now at layer 1, I have this shape here at the height of 1. On layer 2, I have this shape at the height of 2. On layer 3, I have this height at level 3. Oh, and I'm missing a tile right there. Oh, I should probably click on the right layer. Yeah, there we go. So that's working. Now let's put a roof on it real quick. So to put a roof on it, all I have to do is make a new layer, layer 4. Let's keep this layer up for just a minute, and we'll make it out of these wooden planks. So just fill it all up with the wooden planks. This is an eraser. And then at height level 4, we'll do this. Oh, let's turn this layer off. I just messed that up. These should all be at 3. Yeah, okay, those are all at 3. Now this one, at height level 4, we'll put 4 all up here. And as you can see, like, I have the... Yeah, I just have to work out that little bug. Let's actually put this at 5. And then inside that at 6, and then these last 4 at 7, just to show you how good this engine is. Okay, now we'll save it, and then we'll load it. Okay, so now we can play. Press 4. A house. There we go. We got a house. That is amazing. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna work on it a little bit more. You can see there's these little gray lines that show up from time to time, which are not too fun. So I'll fix those and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is just a little test that I'm gonna be doing, showing you how multi-texturing is gonna work out. So I have this texture here. I'm just gonna pick this because it's sort of like a light texture, so you'll be able to see what's happening to it. And I'm gonna put that at height level. Let's go height level 5. So this is placed at height level 5. Now on this next layer here, I'm going to grab a transparent texture, like these glass textures down here. I'll grab this pink texture, put the pink texture over it, and put it at height level 5 as well. Okay, so now I'm going to save that, and then we'll play it. Okay, so we hit 4, and as you can see, there's a sort of pink stone texture. Let me give it something with more texture. Let me give the stone something with more texture so you can really see the overlay. Alright, so as you can see now, I have a pink furnace next to a regular furnace. So this is multi-texturing, and it's working pretty well actually. Kind of surprised. So yeah, it just shows you that you can have multiple textures in this. So like this overlay, the pink overlay, it could be like this burning icon, and then you could just overlay the burning icon over the furnace to make it a different texture. So it's just to make things easier with like memory management and stuff. You won't need as many pictures in the long run. So it's just to make things easier. Okay, so I just implemented dynamic saving, so you don't have to exit the whole program every time you want to save and load a new map. So if I press 4, 1, yeah. Oh, okay. So if I, in this view, you'll see that I have these 2 furnaces here and this pink block. I don't want that, so I'm going to edit those out. So I'm going to press 1 to go back into this editing mode. I believe those are on layer 3. Yeah, they're on layer 3. So on layer 3, I'm just going to draw over them with air, and then draw over their heights with zeros. Now on the 4th layer, there's a pink tile there, so I'm going to draw over that pink tile with air, and then set height to 0. And then we're going to click save, and then I press 1, and as you can see, there's no longer anything there. It edited it out, and it works well. Let's also do something else just to show how useful this is. Let's put a carpet inside this house. So we'll press 1 to go back into editing, hide these layers, except for the first one, and now in here we're going to find something that looks kind of carpety. This wool looks pretty carpety, so let's put white wool inside the house. Okay, so we'll save that. Then on layer 1, let's make this sort of Minecraft-like. Let's put a furnace in the back corner, and a chest, and a crafting table. I like this for the crafting table. Let's put that there. And then these will be at height level 1. Okay, so we'll save this. So ironically it just crashed there, but I solved that problem and I'll prove it to you. So let's just make this wall a little bit more transparent. Ooh, these should be at height level 3. Yeah. Okay, so to make it a little bit more transparent, we're just going to take this clear texture, overlay it there, then we'll go down to the layer below. We'll put the clear texture there as well, and there. Yeah. So now we click save, and it saves. We press 1 and then 4 to preview it, and as you can see, we got a house that we can see inside of. We got this crafting table, the chest, and a furnace, and everything seems to be working out pretty well. Check this out. So I have this level, which you've seen before, of this house, and if I press 1 to go back into this mode, you can see that my currently selected project, my main project up here, is this one called project. Now, if I right click to switch to wave, and I click save, and then I go back into the other mode, it will automatically switch to that file. So you can actually switch between projects with this too. You can not only like save and update it in real time, but you can actually switch between projects. So what I'm going to do is on this layer 0, I'm going to edit the heights of this to make it sort of like a wave shape. So this goes 1 and 2. I'll be back once I've done this for every one of them. So I think that about wraps up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was just, a whole episode of me developing this project. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and stay tuned because I'm going to make a bunch more improvements. I think next time I'm going to work on some buttons for this toolbar here, and we have a bunch of space to just make this engine better, optimize it more, improve the Z indexing, and yeah, just make things more efficient. So yeah, just stay tuned.